All the blood on your hands. All of this madness. And
it should come as no surprise that Squid Game Season 3 will be particularly bloody given the violent nature of the show's premise. But I think one character will survive. The second season of the South Korean thriller series Squid Game has just made available on Netflix. New games, new characters, and even greater stakes were all part of the latest iteration. However, given the harsh conclusion of Squid Game Season 2, many people think that Season 3 will be even more sinister because every character that was introduced in Season 2 is in danger of dying. Naturally, Squid Game encourages violence and death. The Squid Games itself are set up such that all but one competitor perishes. Squid Game Season 2 has already defied this notion, though, by keeping a large portion of the ensemble intact. Although Ji-hun is still alive, there is no assurance that he will be the only person to survive in the future. Squid Game Season 3 will have to up the ante in this way. In addition to wondering which course of action will be the most entertaining for the series, I can't help but wonder how Squid Game Season 3 will manage its abundance of characters. Squid Game Season 3 at the very least needs one strong survivor. It would make sense for Squid Game to conclude in the same manner as Season 1. But in my opinion, Ji-hun cannot be the survivor of Squid Game. Despite being the main character in Squid Game, Ji-hun is unlikely to survive both sets of games and any further brutality the frontman inflicts on him. In addition, Ji-hun's character would make sense if he ultimately gave his life to save the life of someone he values more than himself. Although having many characters live until the conclusion of Squid Game would be fantastic, it is also impractical. Ji-hun's rebellion does not appear to put a stop to the games, according to the mid-credit sequence in Squid Game Season 2. His efforts might even increase the intensity of the games. Therefore, keeping at least one character alive would be the wisest course of action if Squid Game were to murder more of its characters. While not everyone can have a happy ending, some people should unquestionably live. I believe the best player to survive the Squid Games is player 222, otherwise known as Joon-hee. Joon-hee is a young pregnant woman who enters the games to win money to care for her unborn child. Ultimately, this is the biggest reason why I think she'll win. Squid Game is cruel, but it may not be so cruel as to kill a pregnant woman. In many ways, Joon-hee is not just one life, but two. Furthermore, Joon-hee is not there to pay off a debt but to support a new life. Thus, she could be considered the most moral player. Already, Squid Game Season 2 has set up Joon-hee's survival in Season 3. Joon-hee is determined to win for her baby, and will not be intimidated by her ex-boyfriend, even when he promises to build a real family with her. Other characters have underestimated Joon-hee's abilities because of her gender and condition, but Joon-hee has also been protected by those who want to save her and her child. Because of this, Squid Game has shown that Joon-hee is a hot commodity, and I can see this continuing into Squid Game Season 3. My theory of Joon-hee's survival seems even more likely when you consider how it would affect the other characters. As previously mentioned, Ji-hun would almost certainly sacrifice himself if it meant saving Joon-hee's life. This might occur in the last round of Squid Game or in some other method. There is even a chance the frontman himself may save Joon-hee, since his wife's own problematic pregnancy could draw some sympathy from him. I feel there are very few good characters who would not protect Joon-hee. Finally, Joon-hee would make for a wonderful emblem at the conclusion of Squid Game. Over the course of its run, Squid Game has tackled topics of class conflicts and humanism. The games itself illustrate how selfish individuals can be, and how that greed may overcome their sense of human kindness. Yet, if Joon-hee managed to live and give birth to her kid, it would be a sign of life being reborn. Because of her Squid Game experience, Joon-hee could re-enter the world as a better person than before.